All right, Patriots won a game last night, and that's an unusual thing these days. How about that? They won a game. They scored 21 points, 3 touchdowns in the first half. Bailey Zappi with touchdown throws on all 3 of them. And the Patriots hang on for a 21-18 win in Pittsburgh.
Biggest thing to me was the start. Yeah, when you come out, you drive it. Now, obviously, Pittsburgh won the opening coin toss. They deferred to the second half. And you come out firing. And what I loved is everybody touched the football. Tyquan Thornton felt like he was involved in the game. Juju Smith-Schuster had his first big Patriots game. That's his best game as a Patriot.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt. And I thought this more and more as that game went on. And, Bob and I called a lot of Steeler Patriot games there in Pittsburgh and some big ones over the years. And Juju was a big part of that one. He caught that one on that underneath drag. Remember in regulation, he took it almost 67 yards for the touchdown. They stalled at the end. You had the tight end that caught it. Was it a touchdown or no? And it was a no catch and the catch rule. And it's just, Juju's used to playing in that stadium. He knows the angles. He knows the lights. That ball hung by Zappi. It wasn't a great throw. It was underthrown. But he climbed the back of that defender and made a catch like that. But that's what these Patriot receivers have to do because they don't separate. They don't get open. You got to make plays when they're 50-50 balls like that. And they did it. We've seen Parker do it a little bit. He's inactive last night. That was a downer before the game. You think, what are we doing? This is a guy that got the extension. What's the message you're sending to the locker room? And his inactivity, too, here for the last couple of years. It's not always available. Your guy's got to be available. Edelman's got to be available. Gronkowski's got to be available. Your big targets need to be out there. And then all of a sudden you find out that, holy cow, it's Jalen Reagor, it's Tyquan Thornton, and Juju Smith-Schuster, no Ramondre Stevenson, no Kendrick Bourne, no weapons, less weapons than the no weapons that they're said to have. And Bailey Zappi doesn't care, and he goes out and he plays loose. I thought he showed great composure in the first half. Now, second half, they tightened up. He didn't have a good couple series there in that second half. You got to call it like it is. But he gave them enough cushion, and he got to believe in early in that game. And you just saw a different energy injected on that sideline, and with the defense and the on and off. And it's a tough place to play, man. Short week, 1 day of practice. It's a short trip, but it wears on you. It took us like 6 hours to get to Pittsburgh from start to finish the day before. Sat around all day. We did the show, night game last night. We didn't get in until 5:30 this morning. Team's tired, but they didn't look tired out there, and the effort was there. They were blocking in the run game. I thought Michael Weno, we'll get to everybody, handled TJ Watt, pretty damn well on that right side. He got dinged early in the game. But great effort, and they came out, shot out of a cannon. I'm happy for Billy O'Brien because, Billy's been getting his, what's kicked around here, as everybody has, on the staff, the team. The team knows it. They hear it. And I don't see a locker room like that in a long time. And we were down there early when they were coming in, and man, was it loud. And Bill Belichick, he rounded the corner with a big, big smile on his face. I haven't seen that in a while.
I'm happy for the win, happy for the team to get that win. Like you said, the energy, the body language on the sideline, you could see it the way they were coming on and off the field. They were experiencing something that they really haven't experienced this year, which is like, we've got a fun offense, scoring touchdowns, first opening drive touchdown of the season for this team.
It's unbelievable.
And they're out there and they're having fun. As you said, it looked like Zappi was playing pretty loose in the first half. And that energy is kind of infectious and contagious. I'm happy for him. And talking with Jelani Tavai afterward on the other post game, man, you could hear the locker room. He was so excited. You could feel like the joy in his voice, and he had a hell of a game. And that's great. I don't want to get it confused, though, and start heaping accolades on, Bill O'Brien and everyone else for the offense, because it all started with a Hail Mary to Juju Smith-Schuster on that opening drive. He came down with it. He made a fantastic catch. Yep. And Hunter Henry's second touchdown, both the pass and the catch, were as good a pass and catch as the Patriots have executed all season long. But I'm not going to start saying, wow, they really figured something out with the offense last night.
But for that 3-hour moment, that's what I'm talking about here in that snapshot, that game.
I'm talking about that game, and it started with a Hail Mary to Juju Smith-Schuster on the opening drive.
But boy,
it's not sustainable, real offense. They did it against the Steelers, and they got the win. I'm happy they did it. I'm glad they got to experience that feeling. But and Zappe looks better than Mac. He's stepping up in the pocket, man. So
he didn't look confused. He read that rush. Like, he read man on that first 3rd and 9, and he knew he was going backside. Like, that's the stuff.
Can I give you something, Artie, on this? Can I bolster your argument on this? Second half for the Patriots offense. These are their drives, okay, to prove that it's not some sort of sustainable model that they put out there. And I get what Zoe's saying, right? It's nice to have energy and to show up and play hard and have life. That team had life last night, and it looked largely lifeless for weeks now.
That environment lit you up, too. Like, they got into it. So, go ahead.
So, here's their you just look at the drives, second half. 4 plays, 11 yards. That's a 3-and-out and a punt. Then it's the pick. Then it's 3-and-out, punt, 5-play drive, 3-play drive, another punt, and a 3-play drive. They did nothing offensively in the second half. They didn't do a damn thing in the second half of that game on offense. It was putrid.
Yeah.
It was right back. So you can talk about how, wow, their offense, put something together last night, and they had those 3 scores, one of which was on a 10-yard field. Okay, but they had 2 drives. The first one is a big Juju Smith-Schuster catch that made it possible. They did have another drive of about 60 yards, right? Not exactly a 95-yard drive, but still. Second half, it all went away. It didn't even last the entire game. It didn't last the night. That's all it was. It was a flash in the pan, and it was over.
Well, problem was
they didn't figure anything out offensively last night.
No, the problem was you got the lead, and then you had the pick. And it's in your own area. And that's when Bill starts looking at the clock. Billy, tighten it up. We're not having any more mistakes.
Bill said after the game last night, no, you just play
Run
the
your
game.
offense,
you play the game the same way from start to finish.
He was staring. I'm watching him. He's staring at that clock, and I'm like, "Let's go, clock."
I thought
for the clock.
I thought they should have started when they went up 7-0. I said, "Start killing the clock. Start killing it."
Well, they
now.
have 3 first downs in the second half. I'm just counting quickly.
Yeah.
I think 3.
Yeah, Pittsburgh had that 8-minute drive out to their own 49 and punted. Like, there's some weird moments in this game.
And none of that is to say that I'm in any way disappointed. I'm not, I'm not disappointed in what it does to their record. I'm not. I'm not doing that, and nothing changed for them last night in terms of their position or anything like that. For now, fine, and I'm happy for those guys. I really am. And it was fun to watch some offense in that first half. But I'm not deluding myself into thinking they got anything figured out last night.
I'm thrilled for Hunter Henry. That's what I'm happy about last night. I think that guy's an important player. I think that's the way he should look every game. And they should use him the way they did last night. And I want him back on this team next year. I've been saying this all season. Hunter Henry needs to be on this team. I put him on that list of guys I want them to make sure they re-sign and bring back. He's on that list, and last night showed you the kind of player that he can be.
Back from off of the milk carton, as Zoe likes to say, from 2 weeks ago when he didn't even have a target. Last night it was Gesicki's turn to not have a target, although I guess he could have been targeted on.
They buried that guy. They're done with him.
Well, he was open on one play there in I think in the fourth quarter where it was obvious he could have gone to him, but Zappe either didn't see him or whatever. But I'm with you, Beetle. I mean, the first touchdown that's a solid tight end, across the back of the goal line, drag route, so I don't know what it was. The first touchdown that Henry had last night.
It was a little bend in behind. See, what it was, the safety split, but the problem was Pittsburgh drops in backers. Bailey read it perfectly, and he knew, I got to put this ball over the underneath coverage, and he touched it enough to where it's right around that goalpost, where the upright meets the crossbar.
Right.
Where only one guy could get it, and it was Hunter Henry. And he would have. That's the Hunter Henry we saw when they signed him.
Right, and
that red zone threat, and
I have no idea if the second touchdown is sustainable. If you can expect Zappe to make that throw with any kind of consistency, but it was perfect. I likened it to that perfect 7-iron you hit once every 3 rounds when you draw it back against a left or right wind and you put it 4 feet below the pin. You're like, why can't I just do that every time? Because you touch the sun on that one throw and catch. I don't know if they can do that with any kind of regularity, but it was great to see. It was fun to see them do it.